Hello.
He says hello. Hello, you. Bonjour toi. Bonjour vous. Bonjour vous. All right, Del Boy. Apologies for offending French speakers of the world. It's a new weekend vlog. We are sat outside a room at Disneyland Paris.
We're in New York.
We are Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel Hotel.
I was watching the mice run around.
Yeah. David spotted a mouse in the undergrowth.
Not Mickey.
Not me. No, it'd be weird if it was. These garden rooms have got little chair and table sets.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It is lovely.
I'm very impressed.
Being sat out here on a Wednesday morning,
Not bad, is it?
not bad.
Worse of places to be.
Worser. Probably like English school. Only thing is, people keep walking past and have a little bit of a boggle. So we've come outside, sat on the bench.
Drinking me Starbucks.
It's the nicest pumpkin spice latte he's ever had. Got the balloon going up there for people who don't like heights. It's 10 to 11.
I'm supposed to be checking out.
But we went to reception this morning and asked for a later checkout, so we're here till 1. Meanwhile, back in Southampton, this is what's happening in 3,
2,
1.
Hello. We're back.
Seems so long ago.
It does. Well, it was really. It was 4 months ago, I think.
4 months.
It was lovely sitting out there with the mice and joking. No, it was nice. It was genuinely nice. It is nice to have a bit of outdoor space when you're in a hotel room. So
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I'm not
definitely.
sure we can afford to go back. I mean, we went there.
oh, to Marvel Hotel, yeah.
For your
no,
birth-
it was
yeah.
crazy.
It was your birthday treat, so I saved a bit so we could go to Marvel Hotel. If they ever had a deal on, again, I'd definitely stay.
Oh, it was lovely.
Considering it was a ground floor room, I thought it might be quite noisy.
It wasn't.
There was one evening, I think, there were people in the bar outside which disturbed your sleep, but I slept through.
There was an event on in the coffee shop because they turned the coffee shop into like an events venue in the evening, and there was some sort of event on. It was really nice to go to a different hotel we'd not been before, somewhere brand new.
It was super clean.
lush.
Food was delicious. The shop was a bit small.
Yeah, the shop was tiny. I think that was one thing. Like you kind of expect like them to make a massive shop, but I think because they're
It was just a redo of the existing hotel.
yeah, maybe it was the same footprint. I can't remember, to be honest.
And it was all Marvel stuff, which sounds a bit obvious, but literally there was no,
Yeah, it was all Marvel. Yeah,
no
so,
Disney stuff. It was Marvel all the
so
way.
if you're into your princesses or Winnie the Pooh or something like that, you're not going to get that in there.
Don't go that shop.
And the artwork everywhere, and the coffee shop was lovely. We had a few like snacks and drinks and stuff in the coffee shop bar thing. Like I want to say it's Brewers Street.
Is it Bleecker Street?
Bleecker Street.
Bleecker Street, because it's
Brewers Street's in Soho.
Bleecker
Awkward.
Missing London much? No, it's Bleecker Street.
Really not.
Isn't it Bleecker Street because
Yeah,
of,
that's right, because of Doctor Strange.
I was going to say Captain Sensible, but that also showing my age.
Was
yeah.
it Doctor Strange?
Yeah, it was Doctor Strange.
Yeah, cool. But we had a sandwich in the bar, in the coffee shop, and it was so good, and we shared it, didn't we?
Yeah, you weren't too keen. He's like, oh, I don't know if I want to say
It had egg in it, and I'm not like...
So can you take the egg out? And I'm like, no, it's all mixed in. He's like, okay, well, let's get the sandwich. And you loved it.
Yeah, it was really good. So that was a nice sandwich on the first day there. And then we had another sandwich at Sequoia Lodge on the last day, and that was really good. So we discovered like the sandwiches on site in the hotels are actually quite good for
France, isn't it?
sharing lunch.
Food's good.
Because normally we don't stay on site, do we? Normally, like we've always been like you have to stay off site.
Well, it's cheaper.
At hotel Elise normally,
Which is in Belgium, Europe, one
yeah.
stop away on the train.
like it's such a good hotel. But it was really nice to stay on site, and if you can get it at the right price, I think staying on site is actually a really good idea.
One thing they offer for staying on site is that extra magic time in the morning.
Yeah.
And as you would have seen, I had a bit grumps about that because I think it's a bit mean. Well, because they don't actually open the gate until 8:30. So I'm like, what I'd prefer them to do is open the gate earlier so you can actually get into the park, so you can take photos, and then they can block off the bits
They
to the
used to
rides.
do
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Whereas like opening the gate on the stroke of 8:30, best will in the world, you're not going to get that extra magic hour. That's a bit of a cheeky lie. Come and stay on site, you get an extra magic hour. You don't. You'll never get a magic hour unless you're the very first person in the queue. So yeah, find that a little bit naughty.
The thing I do love about Disneyland Paris, though, is some of the rides are, I think, just that much. I don't say better, they're different, and I prefer them. to some of the other parks. So Big Thunder Mountain,
Best Big Thunder
at Disneyland Paris, was awesome, and it always is. And particularly because you go under the tunnel, and it takes your breath away.
under the river, under the
what did I say?
under the tunnel,
Through the tunnel, under the river.
swimming under the tunnel.
So that's really cool. Phantom Manor's really good. And the cocoa decorations they do in Frontierland.
You love those, don't you?
I think they're really
How many photos
good.
you got of those? You've got
Hundreds of photos.
Oh, you got that on the last trip.
Yeah, I did. Like, they should do a Coco Land somewhere. Like, oh, it's so good. That stuff I love about Disneyland Paris. Plus the castle's beautiful.
It was really tiring. This is not me moaning. What I always forget is to plan an early night.
Yeah.
But I do that at Walt Disney World. We tend to get up early because the fatigue is real. Plan in like an early night or an afternoon nap because there's a time difference as well. So technically, when you get up at 6, it's actually 5 UK time. You know, that's quite a early start.
See, when we went to Walt Disney World, I was absolutely exhausted before we'd even gone on holiday, and I was like, what we should have done, that holiday should have just been like a relaxing holiday, and we should have just had some time out. But I was so tired on that trip and so exhausted. And what I loved about the trip to Disneyland Paris was I thought it was much more manageable because it's for a shorter time. It's 3 nights. The parks are so close together. You can kind of get around everywhere quite easily. So I really enjoyed it for that reason. It felt like a proper holiday. And we weren't filming all the time as well. Not that filming is exhausting, but, you know, it is something to think about. And you get to just, when you're not filming, just relax, I guess.
Whereas I found it, I mean, I'm not a morning person. You are. So I found it really tricky getting up at 6
to get on site.
To get up because we'd have something to eat. We got one bathroom, so we both need to shower. That also takes a bit of time because you're not, you know what I mean?
Swings and roundabouts.
Just the logistics of it.
Swings and roundabouts.
But it was like, I did enjoy it, but
yeah, it was really
it is a shock to the system getting up crazy early. Well, crazy early for me.
We always enjoy the food at Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris, people...
Don't we?
Lots of people dislike the food at Disneyland Paris, but I feel like we really enjoyed it. And the big find this time was Kuna Matata restaurant.
You want?
Kuna Matata, the Lion King restaurant.
That one.
That one. It's between Frontierland and Adventureland. And it's where Baloo the Bear normally does a character meet and greet, I think, around the corner. But the food there was really good.
Got a chicken wrap, paprika fries, non-vegan almond magnums, and some pop. Delicious, but there was a massive queue, wasn't there?
Yeah, it did take ages to get the food, like it did.
It's like 45 minutes just to stand in a line.
But I'd definitely go there again for a more reasonably priced lunch or dinner and not go when it's massive queue. But that was really good. That was a really good find. I really enjoyed the food there. Waltz was really good, obviously. And then the biggest discovery of the trip was downtown restaurant.
Best new buffet.
The American style Chinese dim sum. That was, oh my gosh, I ate so much of that. That was so good. That restaurant was amazing. Definitely going back there.
Not cheap, but
yeah,
that's why you take porridge and have it for breakfast in your room before you go out.
Yeah. So that was Disneyland Paris. We got any more to show about Disneyland Paris?
Maybe a bit later on.
Okay.
Remember last week I told you about my lumpy finger? I went in. I genuinely thought it was like Dr. Pimple Popper. Just go into the regular office.
I love Dr. Pimple Popper.
They'll put a little injection in it, numb it, slice it open, give it a few stitches, out again in 20 minutes. No. At the hospital, it was like, come into this bay, strip down to your underwear, put your gown on, put your slippers on, put a robe on. We'll come and chat to you in a bit. And then, after the little chat, walk into a proper operating room, lie on the operating table, put your arm out to the side. Doctors all in masks and
I'm glad they're wearing a mask.
Well, we all had masks on, but it was it was just unexpected that I'm in a proper beep, beep, beep operating room.
Was it like ER?
Was like ER. All had American accents. They injected into my wrist and then my hand went numb, which is the weirdest sensation. And then he painted it. This isn't the one.
Numb hand.
And he painted it with iodine, which is really cold. And then he just like, oh, can you feel that? I'm like, no. And then like 25 minutes, I was slicing my finger and then doing stitches.
Was that how long it took? 20 minutes?
About 25 minutes, half an hour.
Okay.
They bandaged it up and it's like, get in the wheelchair. We're going to take you through to recovery. I'm like, wheelchair? And then the poor woman had to push me. I'm like, I'm so sorry. This is not good for your back. Could have walked. I was absolutely fine. And this is what my hand looked like afterwards.
Oh my gosh, it was like a comedy hand.
Look at that.
He came over and it was like, what?
It was like they'd sewed a big toe where my index finger should have been. Look at the size of that dressing.
It's like Tom and Jerry hand.
It was crazy. So I had that on unexpectedly for 5 days, and it just made things very difficult.
Gosh, Nurse David here.
And I said that might be in my own filth. Well, the best thing ever from Amazon was this. I'm going to show you. It's like you're trying to do something immoral to a cow. That kind of all creatures great and small glove. Look, best invention ever though. It's got a proper cuff. Oh, it was so nice wearing that, and I could have a shower.
He was so excited.
I was so excited because it was like, I've not been able to wash properly. I've been anti-bac in my hands.
It was getting to a stage where I was like, maybe you should sit in the other room.
Lesson for life: learn to use your non-dominant hand for other
stuff,
intimate care, because you never know when you need to be on point with it. That's all I will say.
But you're on the mend now, and it looks a bit better now.
Yeah, I went yesterday.
They changed it up to something.
And so I've got that for another week.
A bit more reasonable.
And if you don't like medical stuff and stitches, turn away now. Here's a photo of what the stitches look like.
Oh gosh, you're not sure. Oh
yeah, look at that. Well, don't look at that if you don't want to. Yeah, so that's my dirty finger under my dressing for the next week.
Gross. So for the rest of today, we're going to be chilling out. Tomorrow, we've got our friends coming down from London who are bringing their dogs.
Yeah, they're popping in for a bit of lunch because they're
got a puppy.
Yeah, they're going on a little holiday trip, so we'll see them. But we will pick up with you tomorrow after we've had a little bit of a resting my finger. This filming's hurt my finger. I've got to rest it.
You won't let me hold the camera. I can't be trusted. We'll see you tomorrow. Hello.
It's not the next day. It's not Sunday. It's Tuesday. A bit earlier, I decided to do curry for lunch because we had some chicken pieces left over.
Smells delicious.
This is what I filmed earlier.
Oh.
Gonna fry the onions. Add in some mixed veg. Chuck in that rice. Add some stock and curry powder. Frozen spinach. Nestle those bad boys in amongst it. Throw on some nigella seeds. Lid on. That's going in the oven for about 50 minutes until it's lunchtime. So now it's lunchtime. Time to get it out of the oven.
You're going to feed me?
Well, no, not
in a weird way.
I was going to say. I'm the one with a bad finger.
So hungry.
There we go. That's been in about 50 minutes. 50 minutes. And
electric bill.
It's on lowish. It was kind of like 150, 160. And I took the lid off for the last 10 minutes because I wanted it to crisp up. So we're going to have that and then talk to you about our Devon trip.
Oh.
How was your lunch?
Dinner. Lunch was lovely.
Always a winner.
It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
I keep forgetting what day it is. We didn't film at the weekend. You're a bad blogger.
Not a bad blogger. We had a lovely time. Our friends did come.
No, we are.
Oh, yeah.
Get your face in the shot.
I've got a bad finger and the thing's going up and down on the stick like it's hydraulic.
And he won't trust me, told the camera.
He didn't offer. Do you want to hold it?
No.
Yeah, our friends came on Sunday. We had a lovely time. It was nice seeing them. They brought the dogs.
Puppy dogs. The puppy dogs are cute.
I didn't take any photos.
I only got one of them wrestling a toy.
Oh, here it is. Dogs wrestling a toy.
Playing tug of war.
Super cute. Sunday lunch, a nice catch up. And then it was too dark to film on Sunday. It's now Tuesday. It's lunchtime for David. I got the day off because I'm doing chores. So apart from going to Disneyland Paris, we also went to Devon. Disneyland Paris is your birthday trip from me. You got me and some friends a very nice trip to Devon. Where did we go?
Went to the Castle Royal Hotel in Dartmouth by the river, overlooking the river and like the little boat park. I'm sure it's not called a harbour. It has a proper name.
I mean, we call it a harbour. It's where the boats are, right? Is it not
it's
a
like
harbour?
a quay. Is it a quay? No.
We'll show you.
So
we'll show you in this
little square thing of boats.
So we were there for Friday till Monday.
Staying at the hotel. Hotel was gorgeous. It was really old-fashioned and lovely.
It had no lift, did it? Which we knew. This isn't a complaint. But we booked it before I had a bad knee. We were right up in the top.
Right at the top.
Lovely, lovely views. Room was great.
Yeah.
Got a room tour coming up. The day we arrived, we did a bit of mooch around town.
Raining so much on that first day.
Someone needs to buy a coat. So here is the room. It's in the top of the hotel, so it's an attic-y room. We've got 2 singles, which make up a very nice king size. lovely. You've got tea and coffee making there. Got a couple of lights. I love these. Oh, kicked the underside of the bed. That's going to hurt my toes. Ouch. I love these. Old school. 3 cords for your lights. Over by the window, you've got a nice little seating area. The view of the harbour. How cool is that? They also give you binoculars. Dark is ours. From up here, that's the view of the lovely bed. Over here on this side, down the step, you've got your vanity, got a fan, light, nice little desk, and then you've got your bathroom with your slidey door, bath with shower. There's your toiletries, sink, you've got amenity kit, shower cap, shaving kit. Yeah, it's very spacious. Massive. Oh yeah, cupboard. Extra blanket, iron. Trust me, there's an ironing board in there. That's our room. Friday to Monday. So we need to do park and ride. The thing about the hotel is they used to have a car park, but they sold it. Outside the hotel you can park for an hour, but you can't return. And I think elsewhere in Dartmouth it may be 2 hours. Don't quote me on that. So as part of our weekend booking, we've got park and ride. So we're going to go and take the car back to the park and ride the bus back. Bus is every 20 minutes at this time of day. And then we've got dinner in the hotel. So I'm going to head off. Next time you see me, probably waiting for a bus in the rain. Found David at the park and ride.
Hello.
We literally jumped off the car and there was a bus. We've got our friend with us who, you've heard her voice before, but she doesn't appear in vlogs. Now she's trying to giggle quietly. Yeah, so we're on the park and ride. We literally got to the car park, dropped the car off, ran. There's probably things in there we need. I'll have to come back. And now we're heading back. We're the only people on the bus, he says. It's very noisy. Time is 5:20. We've got dinner at 6:30. Hotel's over there. Bus there. Oh, in the harbour. Tomorrow we are taking the little ferry across there and then taking the train. Steam trains and boat trips. That's what we're doing tomorrow. We'll take the ferry over to Kingswear, taking the train to Paynton and then taking the train back. We're going for a wander.
Is it raining? Just a little bit.
Tide's come in. When we first got in the room, tide was out, so tide's coming in. Always gives me a little bit of fear. Open harbours. Boats, lovely, beautiful. There's the bus we got off. Hotel we're staying at is behind that tree. There we go, Royal Castle Hotel, that's where we are. Cute little bags. Very cute. Everything shuts at 5 apparently, including Cornish Bakehouse, which is weird because we're in Devon. They've got their passes out for tomorrow already. There's the fudge pantry. No comments, no comments. Fudge pantry. That's what I feel like is missing from the house. Comedy pillows. Lovely little shops down there. Looking forward to seeing them when they're open. £160 one of those. Man in a cap. Oh, look at the budgies.
Oh, very cute.
£110. For £110 you can afford a cockatoo.
So bad.
Oh,
That is a big parrot.
that's like an after 8 clock, isn't it? 1290. That is a big parrot. 960. That is the most random font for a laundrette. Cuddle. Right, we've done a circuit. We're going back to the hotel, dry off, have a bit of dinner.
I need to buy a coat.
Trust me, I was wearing a coat and it made no difference. I was soaking wet in the Pacamac.
The rest of the weekend was really dry. It was only that like one evening where it rained.
We were so wet.
So wet.
The hotel restaurant is tiny and quite quiet, so we didn't film, and also we were friends. The food was included in the package that you got, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
It was.
Yes.
Breakfast and dinner, all
Yes.
breakfast for 3 nights were included.
Yeah, the
And there was-
hotel room was lovely.
Loved it, loved it, loved it.
And there was an old-fashioned English bar in the ground floor with a big fire, and
People brought their dogs in.
Yeah, it was really cozy.
Lovely. And they had a wedding on the Saturday night, which went on to 11, but it wasn't disturbing at all.
No.
I think I filmed some of that. So yeah, that's for another week.
Dartmouth is great. I love Dartmouth. Highly recommend Dartmouth as somewhere to go. Really dog friendly as well. Like loads.
We haven't
of
got a
dogs.
dog, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
Although we'd like to go back at some point this year.
yeah. definitely.
We've got one final bit of Disneyland Paris.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, look at this. So we've got a bit of a trip announcement.
It's going to be a bit colder than this for a start. When's it going to be?
February.
And we're going to stay. I want to turn you. Newport Bay.
Newport Bay.
Yay! So we're staying here for 3 nights, aren't we?
Yes.
In February.
Well, I don't know. I've not booked it.
Oh, we're staying for 3 nights.
All right.
Staying in a room.
Yeah. Good.
We're getting the Eurostar.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
All the way. So we're going back.
We are going back. We got so excited we didn't even finish that link. It just peers off. Yeah, we're going back. And when this comes out, we will be heading to London for the trip.
We booked it before we went on the October trip. It was a really good deal. It's out of term time holidays.
Apart from French. It's French half term,
it's
but
French
not English half term.
Newport Bay, never stayed there. This is us who always say, stay off site. And now we're staying on site again. I can't wait. I love Disneyland Paris so much. It's such an easy place to visit.
It is until June when they get rid of the direct Eurostar. But we'll
moan about
we'll
that
deal
later.
that. We'll do that after June. But for now, yes, we'll be heading to Disneyland Paris. We're going to film this like a proper series.
Yeah, we are.
The reason we dropped bits of the previous series into weekend vlogs was because we've been to Disneyland Paris in October many times, so there's a number of those in the playlist. But we've not been in February for a few years, pre-pandemic and beyond.
It was our first ever trip to Disneyland Paris was in February.
Oh, so that's many years ago.
Very long time ago.
So we'll be filming that as a proper trip, but there'll still be weekend vlogs until we put that out because, we've got Devon and life. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and thanks for all the nice messages and comments. And it's been quite hard to respond to all of the comments.
Yeah, it's weird having a vlog out.
But yeah, but it's so nice and we really appreciate it. And genuinely. So thank you.
And we will see you soon.
Next time we see you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.